WSKB, Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Dental. Comprehensive dentistry at 14 convenient locations in Springfield, Chicopee, Longmeadow, West Springfield, Belchertown, East Longmeadow, Ludlow, Northampton, Greenfield, and Wilbraham, as well as 29 Broad Street in Westfield. Bay State Dental makes it a priority to help you achieve and maintain the healthy smile you deserve. On the web at baystatedental.com.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Westfield. This is J-Pac Luca. JP's Talk About Town is on the air. You made it through another Friday, made it through the rain, and now you're going to have to go find air conditioning for about the next week or so. It's going to be warm.
No, it's going to be hot.
All right. It's going to be excessively warm.
Hot.
Quite warm.
Hot. It's going to be hot. As they say on the weather guy says on Family Guy.
Well, who the hell cares? So, you know.
No, it's, oh my God, who the hell cares?
Oh, yeah, that was it. I didn't have the Rhode Island accent. So.
Correct.
Is there a Rhode Island accent, or is it just like Boston?
No, there's a Rhode Island accent.
Okay.
There's most definitely a Rhode Island accent.
Yeah. Welcome to another crazy week. It's been a crazy week. And I think it's time to relax. Let's like have a holiday and celebrate our country's birthday this week. What do you say?
I think you already got that planned out, right? It's already going to happen Saturday.
You know what? What a great idea. Let's do it Saturday.
Okay.
Tomorrow, the fireworks will be happening here in Westfield, out by South Middle School, the Amelia Park Complex. Come on down. It should be a really nice, warm evening. And the Knightsman Band will be there to kick off the festivities about 6:30 or so. So fireworks, 9:30 when it gets dark.
Yep.
Something like that.
They had their the Knightsmen had their triumphant return at the Senior Center a couple weeks ago.
Ah, that's cool. Yeah.
Great gig.
Yeah. And then coming up this week, of course, Wednesday is the 4th of July. Everybody's going to have barbecues, cookouts, all kinds of good stuff.
Producer Pete will be at the Hampton Ponds Parade in a DJing from the back of a truck. Thank you.
That's cool.
You should come up and sit with me.
I may do that. When does the parade run? Where does it kick off?
Stage around. I'm up there around 8. I think we stage around 9. I believe the parade is at 10.
And where do you stage?
We go. I drop my car off at the Hampton Ponds Association building.
Okay.
Because that's where the parade terminates.
Yeah.
And then they put me in a truck with all my gear, and we drive down to the Hampton Ponds Plaza, which is where the parade starts.
Well, it's a relatively short parade.
It is.
Oh.
About a half an hour.
I may have to go up there then.
And then afterwards, they do a ceremony in the building to honor our country and veterans.
Very
inside
nice.
the association building.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like there's a lot of farm tractors that come to that parade as well as the Wyburn Parade.
That's my favorite part. It really is. I love old tractors.
Those guys go out and stage on the lawn, and the kids can go talk to them and stuff like that after the
Nothing
the
better than kids of all ages. I like to climb up on big tractors. It's a cool thing.
And there's horses in that parade.
Really?
Last year there was a bagpipe band, which I kind of blew out by mistake. I made them stop, and they went behind me a ways because I couldn't hear them.
It's all one song. Just saying.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
This year, I think I'm just going to go off to the sides because I got the 1300s now. They're going to be running at about a quarter power.
Yeah, you don't need much.
I was front and back last year.
No.
Which wasn't a good idea. Side to side, yeah.
Side to side.
Plus, those things are god-awful heavy.
It's like wax on, wax off.
Yes.
Yes.
I was going to cant one just a little bit to the front and one just a little bit to the, one pointing just a little bit front and one just a little bit back.
This is radio. No one can see what you're pointing at.
Well, angled. Angled off.
Okay.
To the side, but angled slightly.
As opposed to twisted, but we won't go there.
Yeah, because if I cranked up the 1300s, you could hear me from Hampton Ponds Plaza.
That's cool.
Those things, hey, listen, I'm surprised, Jay. Those things are loud.
Those are the Mackie Thumps, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Those are good
Those
speakers.
will be perfectly good for Pumpkin Fest.
Yes, they will. Speaking of Hampton Ponds, there is a car show. It happens every Tuesday up there, actually, every Tuesday evening. And this Tuesday evening, I'll be there playing music, some 50s and 60s tunes.
Filling in for Bruce?
Yes, I am. Bruce has another gig somewhere, so I try and help out Mr. Marshall whenever I can. And, of course, Bruce is from the Valley's Classic Hits 97.7 FM, not too far from our frequency. That just went on the air this past January, so it's kind of cool.
It's a great thing the FCC's done, actually, for all these AM stations that have kind of languished in the AM band. They're giving them priority access to low-power FM stations as a translator. And it's breathing new life into a lot of AM licenses.
It's the same programming that goes both on the AM and FM side, but it's still good tunes, good times, and it's a good locally owned radio station.
Correct.
That is fun. I guess this before the end of the summer, he's going to raise that antenna a little bit better to get a little clearer signal this side of the hill. So
perfect.
That should be nice. I was just talking to him about that.
It's tough for small businesses to launch an FM because it costs money.
Oh yeah.
And then B, to get it properly, whatever you got to do to get it done. I mean, we went through it here with just adding a tower to the roof here and putting a proper antenna on. We found out that the antenna that was here for years and years and years, like 20 years, was home built.
Yeah.
No, it was like copper pipe. It was home built. Somebody
That's what
built
I mean.
it.
We joke that it's an old coat hanger, but yeah, it was a home built antenna.
Yep.
Nothing
commercial.
But on the other hand, over the years, a lot of times that's exactly what you got at the smaller stations.
Yeah. That's why. Well, we found out why it never got out of campus because it was only polarized one way.
Okay.
It wasn't vertically polarized; it was horizontally.
There's a lot going on in July around Greater Westfield, so put a few things to put on your calendar. Of course, fireworks tomorrow evening, then the car show this Tuesday up at Hampton Ponds. A little bit further into July, we have the Scottish Fest, but that's going to be happening right after Music Fest downtown. So Music Fest, Thursday, July 19th, will feature our Kicks Country concert. That's always one of the biggest of the year that we do down there. And Chris Campbell will be our featured artist, our headliner for the evening. And apparently he's got a great following here in the Northeast, so I know that'll be a good night. And then Saturday, the 21st, is Scottish Festival up at Look Park. I'll be up there for the day. It'll be a lot of fun. I've got be working some of the smaller PA gear around the park, and it's time to pull out your kilt, find out what your clan is, so you can find out what your colors are, what your tartan colors are.
Yes.
And come on out to the Scottish Festival.
Our good friend Danny Nason wants to remind us of something.
And what is it that Danny Nason would like to remind us of?
Downtown Live begins tonight with the Buddy McKern's band.
Oh, that ought to be fun.
6:30 to 8:30.
Yep, that'll be happening down next to Mina's Wine and Spirits, about halfway down Elm Street on the east side of the street. There's a little parking lot right there, and they turn that into a small concert venue.
They got a good lineup of sponsors this year for that.
Good. They'll be doing that each Friday through the summer.
Yeah, Artworks has taken that over. Remax, Mina's, Columbia Bike, Whip City Music, State Senator Don Humison, and Roger Butler Insurance have all got that one off the ground this year.
That's nice to see. Yeah, it's a great venue that promotes a lot of small.
And I think Friday nights will help out a lot better for that series.
Local bands.
Thursday nights were tough.
So. Well, it depends. Every night is tough because there's always competing things going on. But you're right. Friday, people tend to stay out a little bit later, so we'll see what happens.
Right, and Friday's a traditional night where people go out to dinner and things like that. So, great. You catch an early dinner down at one of the restaurants downtown. There's a couple right within walking distance. If you're into Polish food, Italian food, American food, wings.
Any kind of food. Wings. Actually, I'm in the mood for wings. A bowl of chili. That's what I want today.
In the middle of summer?
Oh, yeah. Bowl of chili. Hot chili.
Hot chili, huh?
Hot chili. Red hot chili peppers.
I have a engagement at Bernie's Dining Depot tonight.
Bernie's, out by Chicopee.
Yes,
the old train.
Going there for dinner.
Yeah, cool. Have a good time. That's it. You're gonna get the conductor's cut.
No, good
First
Lord.
time I ever saw that. I actually ordered it once. I had dinner.
You brave soul, you.
I had dinner for the next 2 nights. So yeah, go to Bernie's and order the conductor's cut. It's like 3 pounds of meat. It's unbelievable.
Think?
Yeah,
it's
unbelievable.
Enormous. I was like, no.
Hey, today, this morning on JP's Golden Age of Radio, we're going to be wrapping up our Superman series. This was a 25-part series. It's a kind of was the epitome of cliffhangers. In 15-minute episodes, they would do this every afternoon, so kids would make sure they got home from school, ran to the radio just in time to hear Jackson Beck announce the Superman theme. So that'll be happening right after the break. This is Jay Pagluca. JP's Talk About Town. JP's Golden Age of Radio is right around the corner.
In the meantime,
we'll be back right after this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I love the sound of rockets in the morning.
Yeah, well,
it's just after 2:24 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, or 9:24 Coordinated Universal Time on Friday, June 29th, and you're looking at a live shot of Space Launch Complex
really
40,
live.
where the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket is about to launch our Dragon spacecraft carrying more than 5,900 pounds of cargo to the International Space Station.
Imagine that, 3 tons of cargo?
That's moving a lot up into the air, I think. Yeah, that's the SpaceX launch that happened not too long ago.
5:42 a.m.
Yeah, so about a half hour ago.
Yeah, on its way to the International Space Station. I got a Twitter feed that I follow. That just the guy gives updates. He's really good about it.
But I get a kick out of that. They've got a better promo than a better opening promo than most TV shows.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah, it is cool actually.
I was like they used to just come in cold, and then somebody said we probably should do an open for this.
Let's dress it up.
Yeah, and they've gotten really good at marketing themselves. Yeah. Really good. I mean, their launch tempo is better than any other private company that I've ever seen, and better than NASA, honestly. Even in their heyday,
and that's Elon Musk, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're the.
He's developing a system. Get this. He's developing. They want to get their rockets to the point where they can reuse them every 24 hours. or quicker.
Well, be careful. That kind of got us in trouble with the space shuttle. Don't get too aggressive.
Yeah,
be
but this
cautious.
is a lot less complex than the space shuttle.
Yeah, that's true, too.
So they want to do it instead of having a supersonic jet, redevelop a supersonic jet like the Concorde. They're talking about suborbitals to get you across the world. So think about U.S. to Australia in 32 minutes.
That would be good.
Yeah, and carry and have a tube this 90 feet around, so you can carry a couple hundred passengers.
Okay.
Think about the cost effectiveness of that.
I think that's been done on the Incredibles. They had the tube. No, it wasn't a tube. It was an RV actually that the rocket carried, and then Elastigirl was holding on to the RV.
Yeah.
Well, but I digress. This is JPEG Look at JP's Talk About Town, and JP's Golden Age of Radio. Right after this.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Commercial Distributing Company of Westfield. Now in its third generation of family ownership, Commercial is one of the premier beverage distributors of Western Massachusetts. The Placek family and the staff of Commercial Distributing wishes you good times throughout the year and urges you to drink responsibly.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore in the Ely Campus Center, offering Westfield State T-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise, all of your academic needs, and offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Available at the bookstore on campus or online at westfieldstate.bncollege.com. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Wednesday mornings from 6 till 8, it's Tina Gorman with Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Today, eat Kellogg's Pep, the Super Cereal. Super as in Superman.
Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal.
Kellogg's Pep, the Super Cereal presents The Adventures of Superman.
Today, Superman, in his guise of Clark Kent, returns to his apartment from a political meeting in the suburbs just in time to answer the urgent ringing of his telephone. Listen. Hello?
Is this Mr. Clark Kent?
Yes, who is this?
This is the Metropolis Hospital. A young lady was just brought in here, a Miss Lois Lane.
Wait, Scott, what happened to her? Is she...
I don't know, sir. I was just told to call you. If
But
you come
I-
to the hospital, you'll be given all the information.
I'll be there at once. Thank you.
Great Scott. Looks like we sure started some excitement. Yes, sir. The minute we reopened that Gyrocket offer.
Absolutely. You'll remember a few weeks ago, Kellogg's Pep offered you a Gyrocket, a sensational flying rocket model that streaks right from your hand high into the sky.
Right. And requests poured in even after the closing date. So to give everybody a fair chance, now we've reopened the offer for a limited time only.
So send for your Gyrocket now. The supply may run out any time.
Remember, this Gyrocket is almost half a foot long and every inch businesslike. The streamlined body is sleek and slender, a brilliant blue or yellow or red.
And the metal propeller at the stern of the rocket packs it with power.
Right. And launching's a cinch, because you get a metal launching rod and a wooden rocket launcher. With a flick of your wrist, you can zoom the Gyrocket into the air, up over the treetops.
Now remember, this terrific offer is back in the air for a limited time only. So don't say we didn't warn you.
To get your Gyrocket, send 15 cents and a Kellogg's Pep box top to Superman. Box 124, New York 8, New York. Do it now or you'll miss out on the fun and excitement.
Remember, you can't buy this Gyrocket anywhere. The only way to get it is to send a box top from Kellogg's Pep, the Super Cereal, plus a dime and a nickel and your name and address clearly printed to Superman. Box 124, New York 8, New York. This offer is limited to the United States.
And now, the adventures of Superman. Worried by the rapid growth of a reform party headed by Editor Perry White, who was a candidate for mayor in the coming elections, Mike Hickey, corrupt political boss of Metropolis, took drastic steps to discredit White. Hickey also shut down the Daily Planet and even tried to have White shot. But Superman and Police Inspector Henderson foiled all of Hickey's moves. Desperate, Hickey and the mayor, one of his political henchmen, framed Inspector Henderson and had him removed from office. And in his place, they appointed one of their followers. Then, confident once more, Hickey said,
"Now we can go to town, boys. Now we can show the people that if they vote for Perry White and his reform crowd, they'll be taking their lives in their hands. You know what to do, boys. Up to it."
That night, Hickey's goon squad swept down on a political rally at which Lois Lane, Daily Planet reporter, was speaking. A short time later, Clark Kent and Perry White were summoned to the Metropolis Hospital and shown to a room in which Lois was propped up in bed, her left arm in a cast.
Lois, what in the world happened to you, Lois?
Just a broken arm, Clark, and a few bruises.
Just a broken arm? For Pete's sake, what happened? Were you in an accident?
No. A gang of ruffians showed up at my Reform Party rally in the square this evening.
What?
They were obviously a Hickey goon squad, and one of their cute little tricks was to tip over the sound truck I was standing on.
Tip it over? Great Caesar, you might have been killed.
Sure, and so might a lot of other people who were there. 12 people were brought in here with me, Chief, I understand, because, besides tipping over the truck, the strong-arm boys worked the crowd over with brass knuckles and blackjack.
Great. Well, where were the police? So why didn't they stop it?
There wasn't one single police officer there, Chief.
Naturally. They're supposed to be on hand at all political meetings. Where were they? Oh, now look, Chief. Joe Hatton, Mike Hickey's stooge, is our new police inspector. You don't expect him to protect our meetings, do you?
Of course not.
Oh, this is too much. Jim Olsen just gets out of the hospital where Hickey's goons put him, and now Lois goes to the hospital. Well, this is Hickey's warning to the people to stay away from our Reform Party meetings and from the polls on Election Day unless they want their heads broken. That's virtually removing the power of the law.
Yes. Hickey is no better than Hitler. He's saying vote for my party or don't vote at all.
Exactly, Lois. Well, now, do you see what happens when people are either too lazy or too busy making money to make sure only honest men are elected to office? Gangsters like Mike Hickey take over a city, and then they just try and get rid of them. Don't you worry, Chief. We are going to get rid of him. Well, how? That's what I'd like to know.
So would I.
You'll find out, and so will Mike Hickey. So long, everybody. I'll see you later.
Hurrying from Lois Lane's hospital room, Clark Kent steps into a deserted stair hall and swiftly resumes his true identity of Superman. A few moments later, a tall, broad-shouldered figure in the familiar blue costume and crimson cape enters the office of Hubert Mason, manager of the United Broadcasting Company. Good evening, Mr. Mason.
Good heavens. Superman.
That's right, sir. I come to ask a favor of you.
Of course, anything I can do.
Thank you. I'd like your permission to make an announcement over the air. In return, I can offer you a terrific scoop for your next news broadcast. What do you say?
Why, this is most unusual, but, well, all right, Superman, if you say so. Just come this way. Stand by, please. Okay, Superman, you're on the air.
Citizens of Metropolis, this is Superman speaking to you. It is no secret that your city is in the hands of an evil and corrupt political machine, controlled by a ruthless dictator whom you know. Now, this man, speaking through his newly appointed inspector of police, has threatened to keep you from exercising your rights as free Americans to meet in open assembly and to cast your votes for candidates of your own choice. He has threatened that if you attempt to exercise your rights, his gangster followers will attack you and that your own police force will not protect you. Now listen, please, to my answer to Mike Hickey. And my promise to you.
Holy smoke. Be quiet, Andy. I want to hear this.
That his Hitler tactics will not succeed in Metropolis. And I warn him to quit before it is too late. And to you, citizens of Metropolis, I say go on, attend your political meetings and rallies. Go to the polls on Election Day and vote for the candidates of your choice.
Turn the radio off,
I promise
Andy.
that no harm will come to you.
Good grief, Mike, this is terrible. Now, what do we do? What a stupid fool you are, Andy. You don't really believe that was Superman, do you?
Well, he said so. You mean you don't think it was?
Of course not. This is a trick by Perry White and Clark Kent to try to scare me, Mike Hickey. Those chumps must think I was born yesterday.
Well, what about the people? They'll believe it was Superman, that he'll protect them somehow.
They'll learn better tomorrow night if they dare to show up at any other neighborhood rallies run by White's Reform Party. We turned 50 tough boys loose on them tonight. We'll turn 100 loose tomorrow night.
Oh, boy.
When we break another couple hundred sick heads in this town, the people will know I mean business. They won't go to the polls on Election Day except the ones we know, and they'll vote for us. Superman. Is that a joke?
Certain it was not really Superman who had defied him on the radio, Mike Hickey prepares to redouble his efforts to intimidate the voters of Metropolis. We'll be back in a moment for the exciting climax of today's episode, so keep listening.
Now decide quick how many thrills you can take, because Kellogg's Pep has reopened your Gyrocket offer for a limited time only.
Yes, sir. We're taking care of the thousands of requests that came in postmarked after the original offer closed. But now, to give everybody a fair chance, this swell offer of Gyrockets is opened again.
Remember, this Gyrocket is a terrific flying rocket model. A Gyrocket you can launch right from your hand. A Gyrocket almost half a foot long that you zoom into the sky, up over the treetops. Listen to this.
The Gyrocket has a sleek, streamlined wooden body, brilliant red or yellow or blue.
At the stern of the rocket, a steel propeller develops maximum thrust. A flick of your wrist, and off it soars, streaking into the sky.
Remember, the Gyrocket is not a flimsy cardboard cutout, but a solid steel and wood body, sturdy enough for hundreds of launchings. And it comes complete with a metal launching rod and a wooden rocket launcher.
Get in on the excitement right now. Send for several Gyrockets.
Right. Then have thrilling contests with your friends. Tests for distance and speed and spot landing.
Now listen, for each Gyrocket you want, send 15 cents and a Kellogg's Pep Box Top to Superman, Box 124, New York 8, New York.
Remember, this offer is back on the air for a limited time only, so act now, because you can't buy this Gyrocket anywhere. The only way to get it is to send a box top from Kellogg's Pep, plus a dime and a nickel, together with your name and address clearly printed, to Superman, Box 124, New York 8, New York. Do it now. This offer is limited to the United States.
Now, back to the adventures of Superman. It is the following night in Metropolis. 3 miles high in the air, Superman hovers in curious flight. The huge city of lights and shadows a clear pattern below him, as his sharp eyes shift constantly from one to another of 10 focal points in the city, each the center of an important Reform Party rally. Suddenly, he stiffens.
Uh-oh. Looks like trouble at that meeting in Lincoln Square.
Away!
Mike Hickey's goons, eh? Gee, look! It's Superman!
A radio warning, I see.
Okay, maybe this will convince him. And you!
And in Lincoln Square, a gang of at least 50 hoodlums attempted to break up a Reform Party rally tonight, but were routed and dispersed by Superman, who appeared suddenly out of the air to administer a sound trumpet to
That Lincoln Square affair should show Mike Hickey I mean business. But if it doesn't, then he wants more convincing. Wait a minute. Looks like trouble at that rally in Metropolis Park.
This is your radio reporter again with more news about Superman. Superman has just dispersed another gang of hoodlums who attempted to break up a Reform Party meeting in Metropolis Park. We return you now to... One moment, please. I have just been handed another report. At least 20 men armed with blackjacks attacked a Reform Party rally at First Street and Elm a few moments ago. But they quickly fled from the scene when Superman dropped down on them from the sky. It appears that Superman is being...
Now, look here, Mike. This is getting bad, very bad.
All right.
He says our boys are beaten up and scared stiff as Superman. Now, what are we going to do?
Shut up, Andy. I'm trying to think.
Okay. No, you were sure it wasn't Superman on the radio last night.
Pipe down. We've got to come up with something fast now, or we'll be snowed under at the election.
Now, don't I know it?
Wait. I've got it. What have you got this time? I just figured out a way to stop Superman and Perry White and Clark Kent. In fact, the whole pack of them. I've got a trick up my sleeve that'll stop even Superman. And the elections will be in the bag for us.
His fat, heavy-jowled face gleaming with triumph, Boss Mike Hickey says he knows how to stop Superman and win the elections. What does he mean? There's a thrill a minute and a shocking surprise in tomorrow's exciting episode, so be sure to listen. Tune in, same time, same station, for Chapter 21 of Ruler of Darkness on The Adventures of Superman.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, The Adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC Comics magazine and is brought to you Monday through Friday at the same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Super Cereal. This program came from New York. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Wednesday mornings start off right from 6 to 8 a.m. with Tina Gorman and Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Today, eat Kellogg's Pep, the Super Cereal. Super as in Superman. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Kellogg's Pep, the Super Cereal presents The Adventures of Superman.
Today, alone with his chief henchman, City Mayor Andrew High, political boss Mike Hickey makes a mysterious threat against Superman and his friends.
Andy, I told you to stop worrying. Everything's going to be fine and dandy.
How can it be, Mike, with Superman backing up the Reform Party?
Forget Superman. I tell you, we'll win the election hands down.
I don't see how, Mike. Why, the whole city will turn out to vote against us now that Superman said he'd protect them at the polls.
Relax, Andy, relax. I've got something up my sleeve that'll take care of everything. But everything.
Really? Well, what is it?
Never mind, Andy. Just remember what I told you. We'll win the election. Just wait and see.
Say, get a good grip on your chair and prepare for thrills, because Kellogg's Pep, the Super Cereal, has reopened that sensational Gyrocket offer for a limited time only.
Right, because requests are still coming in long after the recent offer closed. So now we're giving everyone a fair chance. We've reopened this terrific offer so all of you can get a Gyrocket, a real flying rocket model.
Yes, sir. A Gyrocket that streaks right from your hand. A Gyrocket almost half a foot long that you launch to zoom into the sky up over the treetops. A Gyrocket with a sleek, gleaming wood body, brilliant red or blue or yellow.
At the stern of the rocket, a steel propeller develops maximum thrust, yet launching to cinch because you get a metal launching rod and a wooden rocket launcher. You hold the launching rod in your hand. You flick your arm, and off the rocket soars.
Get in on the excitement today. Send for several Gyrockets. Then have thrilling contests with your friends. Race your rocket fleet against theirs.
But be sure you send for your Gyrocket right away. This terrific offer is back in the air for a limited time only, so get yours now.
Here's all you do. For each Gyrocket you order, send 15 cents and a Kellogg's Pep box top to Superman. Box 124, New York 8, New York.
Remember, you can't buy this Gyrocket anywhere. The only way to get it is to send a box top from Kellogg's Pep, the Super Cereal, plus a dime and a nickel and your name and address clearly printed to Superman. Box 124, New York 8, New York. This offer is limited to the United States.
adventures of Superman. Facing defeat by Editor Perry White's Reform Party in the coming elections, Mike Hickey, corrupt political boss of Metropolis, set out to terrify the voters and scare them away from the polls on Election Day. While the new police inspector appointed by Hickey kept the police away, gangs of hoodlums armed with blackjacks attacked Reform Party rallies. But to their unpleasant surprise, Superman appeared each time, fought them off, and sent them scurrying away. Then, in a radio address, Superman publicly condemned Mike Hickey and promised to give personal protection to all voters on Election Day. At Reform Party headquarters the next morning, Editor Perry White, candidate for mayor, and reporters Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen were jubilant. Only Clark Kent, who, unknown to all, is Superman, failed to join the festivities.
Yes, sir. It's all over but the shouting. Mike Hickey can have his new police inspector stooge. We've got Superman on our side.
Yeah, man, the elections are in the bag. Let me be the first to congratulate you, Mr. White. I mean, Mr. Mayor. Or wait, do we say Your Honor now?
Of course,
Oh, thank you, one and all.
Say, you haven't congratulated our new mayor yet, Mr. Kent.
I'll congratulate him when he's elected, Jim.
Why, he's as good as elected right now.
I'm not so sure.
What? Huh?
You all seem to be forgetting an individual named Mike Hickey.
What about him?
Well, he's not licked yet. Hickey is cunning, tough, and unpredictable. He realizes if he loses this election, he'll go to the penitentiary. I'm afraid he won't stop at anything.
Well, Kent, the elections are now just 5 days off. Still worried about Mike Hickey?
You bet I am, Chief. More than ever.
Well, tomorrow's election day, Kent, and there hasn't been a peep out of Hickey so far. What have you got to say now?
Just that I wish this were the day after tomorrow and the elections were over. I still think Hickey will try something, Chief.
Go on. If he's as smart as you say he is, he'll try to get lost before the votes are counted. Yes, sir. There'll be a hot time in the old town tonight.
At Mike Hickey's headquarters, an air of deep gloom prevails. In the long, smoke-filled room, ward heelers and political hangers-on stand about silently, scowling at each other. Suddenly, Mike Hickey enters. A low buzz of surprise runs through the room as Hickey, his moon-like, heavy-jowled face spread in a wide grin, hums gaily and offers jovial greetings to his supporters.
Hiya, Frankie.
Yeah, Frank.
How you doing, Mort?
That's...
What gives around here? Cheer up, cheer up. You all look like you're at a wake. Come on, Punchy, put a smile on your face. Say, what's the matter with all of you? Is the world coming to an end or something?
Well, maybe it might just as well after tomorrow, boss.
Oh, so that's it, huh? You think we're going to lose the election, huh?
Well, the papers say how the Reform Party's going to win by a landslide.
Is that so?
Yeah. That Superman, he done his dirt.
Don't worry about Superman. Mike Hickey talking. The mayor, put him on. Hello, Andy, what's in your mind? Yeah, I've just been hearing about the papers. Don't tell me you believe them, too. Eh? Now, listen, didn't I tell you 2 weeks ago we had the election in the bag? Sure, I still say so. We'll win easy.
Hey, Harry, you hear that, huh?
Yeah, you must have drank too much beer.
Never mind how, Andy. All you gotta know is you're staying in City Hall a long time yet. Yeah. Yeah? Well, just be sure to stay close to your radio tonight and you'll hear something. Something awful good. Right. So long. Here, take the phone away, Punchy.
Yeah, okay, boss. Hey, listen, do you mean it? I mean it, we're going to win tomorrow, do you, huh?
You bet your bottom dollar I mean it. Yes, sir, all these wise guys who think Mike Hickey is done for in this town are going to get a big surprise. Yeah, a big surprise. Come on, Punchy, smile. Smile.
As Mike Hickey's followers stare at him in wonder, unable to understand his confidence, Clark Kent and Perry White have gone from their political headquarters to the Daily Planet's temporary offices in nearby Willow Falls. There, Kent has found a new reason for concern.
You sure you didn't see or hear from Jim this morning, Chief?
I just told you I didn't, Kent.
That's strange. Wonder where he is.
Well, the chances are he stopped off at campaign headquarters.
We just came from campaign headquarters and Jim wasn't there, so where do you
Great
think...
Caesar, Kent. You do more fretting about Olson than a mother hen over her chicks. Now, listen, I want to get this...
Hello? Oh, Mrs. Olson. Yes, I was just going to call you. Did Jim leave? What? What did you say?
What's the matter, Kent?
He didn't, but But, what is it? Just a moment, Chief. Why, no, I thought... Oh, no. Wait, Mrs. Olson. Don't get excited. No, I'm sure everything's all right. Yes, I will. I'll look into it and call you right back. Of course I will. Goodbye.
Kent, you're as pale as a ghost. What happened?
That was Jim's mother.
I know it was Jim's mother, but what did she say?
She says she spent last night with her sister, who isn't well. She just got home and discovered that Jim's bed wasn't even slept in last night.
What?
Yes. Apparently, he left the house last night and he never came back.
What has happened to the young cub reporter? We'll be back in a moment to find out in the startling climax of today's episode. So keep listening.
Say, everywhere you go, you hear the exciting word. Yes, the word that Kellogg's Pep has reopened the thrilling Gyrocket offer for a limited time more.
Correct. So many requests poured in after the closing date of the original offer that we wanted you all to have a fair chance. We've reopened this offer temporarily so everyone can get a Gyrocket. The sensational flying rocket model.
That's a fact. A Gyrocket that streaks right out of your hand, high into the sky.
Think of it, a Gyrocket almost half a foot long, with a slender, streamlined body of sturdy wood, brilliant red or blue or yellow.
And get this, at the stern of your Gyrocket, a steel propeller packs your Gyrocket with power.
Yet launching's a cinch, for with your Gyrocket you get a metal launching rod and a wooden rocket launcher. You just hold the rod in your hand, flick your arm, and the Gyrocket streaks into the air, higher and higher, up over the treetops. Every launching's a brand new thrill.
Send for several Gyrockets today. You can be captain of a whole rocket fleet of the future. Then you're set for speed and distance contests with your friends.
But you've got to act right now, because this offer is back in the air for a limited time only. So for each Gyrocket you order, send a Kellogg's Pep box top plus 15 cents to Superman, Box 124, New York 8, New York.
Remember, you can't buy this Gyrocket anywhere. The only way to get it is to send a box top from Kellogg's Pep, plus a dime and a nickel, and your name and address, clearly printed, to Superman, Box 124, New York 8, New York. This offer is limited to the United States.
And now, back to the adventures of Superman. It is late afternoon in the Daily Planet's temporary offices in Willow Falls. All day, the election's forgotten. Our friends have been searching frantically for the missing Jimmy Olsen. Clark Kent, in his own true identity of Superman, is still searching. And Editor Perry White and Lois Lane are alone in White's office when the phone rings.
Oh, I'll take it, Chief.
I got it, Lois. Hello, Perry White speaking.
Hello, Mr. White. This is Jim.
Jim?
Yeah.
Jimmy? Is that Jimmy, Chief?
Oh, yes. Listen, boy, you had us scared out of our wits. Where are you? What happened?
I can't talk long, Chief. But listen, whatever they tell you, don't do it. Understand? I don't care what happens to me.
What are you talking about, Jim? Jim!
What is it, Chief?
He stopped talking. Jim!
Hello, Mr. White.
Well, who's this? Where's Jim Olsen?
Hold the receiver so I can hear.
Olsen's right here with us.
Well, who are you?
Shut up and listen. If you want to see Jim Olsen again alive, get on the radio before 11 o'clock tonight and announce your withdrawal as candidate for mayor. You got that?
What? Now, listen, mister, whoever you are.
Just do as you're told, Mr. White. Get on the radio before 11 o'clock and announce you're no longer a candidate for mayor. If you don't do it by 11 o'clock, Jim Olsen is finished.
Stunned, Perry White can only sit at his desk, the dead phone in his trembling hand, while Lois Lane, equally stunned, stares at him, her eyes wide with shock. This apparently was the reason for Mike Hickey's surprising confidence about the results of tomorrow's election. What will Perry White do? And what will Superman do when he learns of this startling new development? We'll know on Monday, gang. So for thrills, action, and suspense, don't miss Monday's episode of Ruler of Darkness. Be sure to tune in again on Monday. Same time, same station, for more of the exciting Adventures of Superman.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the Adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC Comics magazine and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Super Cereal. This program came from New York. Stay tuned now for Captain Midnight, which follows in a moment. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donuts shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Underwriting for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield, serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m., go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here. Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Today, eat Kellogg's Pep, the Super Cereal. Super as in Superman. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Kellogg's Pep, the Super Cereal presents The Adventures of Superman.
Today, as Superman searches vainly for cub reporter Jimmy Olsen, who has mysteriously disappeared, Editor Perry White, candidate for mayor, receives a startling telephone call from an unknown man.
Do you mind telling me who you are?
That doesn't matter. But get this, Mr. White. You've got till 11 o'clock tonight to get to a radio station and announce that you're withdrawing as candidate for mayor in tomorrow's election. If you don't withdraw your candidacy by then, you'll never again see Jim Olsen alive.
Yes, sir, an avalanche of excitement. That's what we started when we reopened our Gyrocket offer, a terrific flying rocket model that streaks right from your hand.
Correct. The Gyrocket that thousands and thousands have already ordered from Kellogg's Pep. And now thousands more are sending for another and another.
So to satisfy all these requests, we've reopened this sensational offer for a limited time only. And you can still get a Gyrocket.
Right, a Gyrocket you can launch right out of your hand, high into the air, up over the treetop.
A Gyrocket almost half a foot long, shaped of gleaming wood, streamlined to the last inch, brilliant red or blue or yellow.
Plus a steel propeller at the stern that bites into the air, driving your Gyrocket like a flash into the sky.
And it comes complete with a metal launching rod plus a wooden rocket launcher.
Remember, this Gyrocket is not a flimsy cardboard cutout, but a model of rugged steel and wood, built to take it for hundreds of launchings.
But you've got to act now, because we've been able to round up only a limited number of Gyrockets to reopen this offer. So don't get left out of the excitement. For each Gyrocket you want, just mail 15 cents and a Kellogg's Pep box top to Superman, Box 124, New York 8, New York. Don't delay.
Remember, you can't buy this Gyrocket anywhere. The only way to get it is to send a box top from Kellogg's Pep, plus a dime and a nickel and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 124, New York 8, New York. This offer is limited to the United States.
And now, the adventures of Superman. When political boss Mike Hickey's vicious political rule was endangered by a reform party headed by Editor Perry White, who is running for mayor of Metropolis, Hickey tried every underhanded trick he knew to crush his opponent. But Superman blocked every Hickey move. And on the eve of Election Day, it appeared certain that Perry White's Reform Party would win an overwhelming victory. Hickey knew he would go to the penitentiary if he lost his political power, but he assured his anxious henchmen that he still held a winning card. That night, young Jimmy Olsen, cub reporter, disappeared. As we continue now, Superman, following a vain search for Jimmy, has returned to the Daily Planet in his guise of Clark Kent, mild-mannered and bespectacled reporter.
It's fairly plain, Chief, that Mike Hickey is behind this. He had Jim taken somewhere, and now he's using the boy as a lever to force you to withdraw from the mayoralty race.
Good heavens. Do you really think Hickey'd go that far?
No, of course he would. Oh, what time is it? Oh, let's see. It's almost 7 o'clock.
Well, that fellow on the phone told me if I didn't withdraw as a candidate by 11, Jim would be finished.
Oh, dear. What can we do?
Only one thing. I've got to withdraw from the race.
Oh, no, Chief, you can't. There's too much at stake in this election.
I know. But you don't expect me to stand by and see harm done to Jim, do you?
No, of course
now,
not.
Don't worry. Nothing will happen to Jim. I'll personally see to that.
You will?
Yes.
But what can you do, Clark?
Well, I'm pretty sure I can make Hickey produce Jim and fast.
Oh, you must be out of your mind. Lois, you call Candy Myers. Call the FBI. Call... No, wait, Kent, where are you going?
See Mike Hickey.
No, Clark, don't you get hurt.
Kent, come back here.
I will soon, but not without Jim.
Hurrying from Perry White's office, Clark Kent secretly resumes his true identity of Superman and streaks to Mike Hickey's political headquarters. Failing to find the fat political boss there, he hurtles to Hickey's home, only to draw a blank again. Then once more he takes to the skyways. And as we rejoin him now, he is at the home of Andrew High, mayor of Metropolis, and Mike Hickey's henchman.
Where is Mike Hickey, Mr. Mayor?
I don't know, Superman.
I think you do. And I advise you to tell me the truth.
What do you mean?
You know Mike Hickey is holding Jim Olsen, that one of Hickey's men called Perry White a little while ago to say Jim would be killed unless Mr. White withdrew from tomorrow's election.
Good heavens, I can't believe, I can't understand.
Stop acting and tell me where he is.
Now, see here, you can't talk to me that way.
How would you expect anyone to talk to a man who swears to be an honest mayor and then sells out the city to a crooked political boss?
Now, you see here...
We're wasting time. I want Hickey, and I want him fast. Now, where is he?
I tell you, I don't know.
I don't believe you. Hickey's housekeeper said he was having dinner with you. So speak up now,
He did have dinner with me, but he left about half an hour ago.
Where did he go?
I don't know. He didn't tell me.
Who else was here at dinner?
Inspector Hatton.
Oh, well, he's the man I want to see then. But first, just one thing more, Mr. Mayor. If you should see or talk to Mike Hickey, tell him this, that unless he produces Jim Olsen quickly and uninjured, he'll be the sorriest man alive. Think hard, Inspector. Are you quite sure Mike Hickey didn't tell you where he was going after you and he left the mayor's house this evening?
I'm sure he didn't, Superman. He dropped me off at the headquarters and went on in his car.
Well, he didn't go to his home. He didn't go to his office. He didn't go to City Hall. Where else could he have gone?
How would I know? Am I his keeper?
Maybe not, but I'm going to make you his keeper to save your own skin.
What are you talking about?
I'll draw you a diagram. Mike Hickey is holding Jim Olsen. I want you
Crazy.
to... Crazy.
Mike wouldn't do a thing like that.
Don't try to kid me, Inspector. He'll do anything to stay in power, even murder, as you know very well.
Now, look here.
I want you to bring him in.
I will not. Who do you think you're talking to?
Bring him in, Inspector. Or so help me, I'll take you 10 miles up in the air and keep you there until you do.
You wouldn't dare try anything like that.
I'll show you how wrong you are right now.
No, let go of me. Let go. I can't bring Mike in. I don't know where he is.
I think you know where to look for him. But if you don't, you've got 2,000 police officers to help you find him.
But look here.
Put out a general alarm for Hickey and for Jim Olsen. I want one or both of them brought in before 11 o'clock tonight.
It's 9 o'clock already, Chief.
I know, Lois, I know. And where's Kent? Only 2 hours left to go, and still we don't hear from him.
I'm sure he's doing all he can, but he's...
Oh, here he is now.
Clark,
well, Kent?
No, not yet. No luck at all. I can't find Hickey anywhere.
Oh, dear, that's bad.
I knew it. Hickey planned this too well, so now we're late.
Maybe not, Chief. I've had Inspector Hatton put out a general alarm for Hickey. If he brings him in, I promise I'll find Jim.
Oh, forget it. Hatton won't bring him in. He's Hickey's stooge.
Why, of course. Certainly he won't do
I know, but maybe to save his own skin, he'll...
Not a chance, Kent, not a chance. We'll wait 1 more hour. Then we'll go over to the radio studio, and I'll withdraw from the race.
No, Chief.
It's the only thing we can do to save Jim's life.
1 more hour. What will happen? We'll be back in a moment with the dramatic climax of today's episode, so keep listening.
Say, the word's spreading like wildfire. Yes, the exciting word that Kellogg's Pep has reopened the Gyrocket offer.
Right. After the original offer closed a few weeks ago, requests for these Gyrockets still kept pouring in. So now we've reopened this offer to give everybody a fair chance. And for a limited time only, you can still get a Gyrocket. A sensational flying rocket model that streaks right from your hand high into the air.
A Gyrocket almost half a foot long, with a gleaming wood body, red or blue or yellow, slender and streamlined to the last inch.
At the power end is a steel propeller designed for rotational thrust.
Yet launching's a cinch, because your Gyrocket comes complete with a metal launching rod and a wooden rocket launcher. You just hold the launching rod in your hand, flick your arm, and your Gyrocket zooms off up over the treetops.
Get in on the fun right away. Send for several Gyrockets. Get a whole rocket fleet of the future.
Right. Then challenge your friends to distance and speed contests. Race your fleet against theirs.
But this Gyrocket offer is back in the air for a limited time only, so get yours right now while we still have a supply. For each Gyrocket you order, send 15 cents and a box top from Kellogg's Pep to Superman, Box 124, New York 8, New York.
Remember, you can't buy this Gyrocket anywhere. The only way to get it is to send a box top from Kellogg's Pep, the super cereal, together with a dime and a nickel, and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 124, New York 8, New York. This offer is limited to the United States.
And now, back to the adventures of Superman. On the second floor of a boarded-up, abandoned riding stable that faces on a dark alley, Boss Mike Hickey sits, smoking a cigar, a leering smile on his fat, heavy-jowled face. His companion, Pete Evans, is a heavy-shouldered, powerfully built young man who wears a mask across the upper half of his swarthy face. Near them is a closed door. And on the dirty floor across the room, a portable radio plays softly.
It's 9:30, Mr. Hickey. That guy White sure is taking his time about quitting.
Yes. But he'll withdraw from his candidacy before 11 o'clock, Pete. You can count on that.
Well, I hope you're right. I don't like this kind of stuff. It's a federal rap, you know. Not even you can fix that.
Don't worry. As soon as White makes his little announcement, you can drive Olson out someplace and turn him loose. You've worn a mask all the time, so he won't be able to identify you. And he's never seen me, so everything will be fine.
Maybe. But you never can tell. I'd feel a lot better if we, bumped them off.
That wouldn't be smart. If you did that, he... Oh, wait, what's that?
It's only Olson trying to get loose and get the gag out of his mouth. He'll get tired soon.
Oh. You know, Pete, White and Clark Kent and their reform crowd thought they had me over the barrel. Yeah, even their own boys were ready to throw in the sponge and run. But I told them I'd find a way to win the election tomorrow. And I have.
You're sure White will quit, huh?
I was never more sure of anything in my life. White loves this Olson kid like a son. He won't want to see anything happen to him. Why, Who opened Olson's door?
I'll see. Hey, tell him stop, Mr. Hickey, bumping against it. There ain't no lock on it.
Shut up, you fool! Look, he sees me. He was able to identify me.
Yeah, that dirty little...
Shut up. You know, Olson, that was a dumb thing to do because we were going to let you go after Perry White announced his withdrawal from the election. But now it's different. I'm afraid Pete here will have to get rid of you.
Yeah, and I'll do it right now.
Drawing his gun, Pete stares for a moment at Jimmy Olsen, who, bound and gagged, lies helplessly on the floor, his eyes bright with defiance. Superman knows that Jimmy is in Mike Hickey's hands, but so far he has been unable to trace the political boss. How can he manage to find the young reporter before Boss Mike Hickey's order to kill is carried out? There are thrills, excitement, and a big surprise in tomorrow's suspenseful episode, so be sure to listen. Yes, tune in tomorrow, same time, same station, for another chapter of Ruler of Darkness on The Adventures of Superman.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, The Adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC Comics magazine and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Super Cereal. This program came from New York. Stay tuned now for Captain Midnight, which follows in a moment. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Dental. Comprehensive dentistry at 14 convenient locations in Springfield, Chicopee, Longmeadow, West Springfield, Belchertown, East Longmeadow, Ludlow, Northampton, Greenfield, and Wilbraham, as well as 29 Broad Street in Westfield. Bay State Dental makes it a priority to help you achieve and maintain the healthy smile you deserve. On the web at baystatedental.com.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Discussions of local politics, events, happenings, and miscellany potpourri. Ken's Den, Tuesday, 8 to 10.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Today, eat Kellogg's Pep, the Super Cereal. Super as in Superman. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Kellogg's Pep, the Super Cereal presents The Adventures of Superman.
Today, with Superman still unable to find him, cub reporter Jimmy Olsen lies bound and gagged in an abandoned stable as he hears Mike Hickey, corrupt political boss of Metropolis, pronounce his doom.
I was going to turn you loose, Olsen, after Perry White withdrew as candidate for mayor. But now that you've seen me and can identify me, that won't do. So, Pete here...
Yeah, boss?
We'll have to take care of you.
Yeah. I'll take care of him, all right, Mr. Hickey. Right now.
Say, if you like thrills by the double handful, deal yourself some Gyrocket thrills. You remember a few weeks ago, Kellogg's Pep offered you a Gyrocket, a flying rocket model that streaks right from your hand.
Well, even after the offer closed, requests are still flooding our mail. And now we've reopened this offer for a limited time more.
Meaning, if you act right now, you can get your Gyrocket.
Think of it. A Gyrocket almost half a foot long with a sleek, slender body made of gleaming wood in brilliant red or blue or yellow.
And get this. Your Gyrocket has a steel propeller at the stern. A propeller that sends it biting into the air, up over the treetops.
What's more, this Gyrocket comes complete with a metal launching rod and a wooden rocket launcher. You just hold it in your hand. Flick your arm and your Gyrocket shoots up, flashing into the sky.
Remember, this Gyrocket is not a flimsy cardboard cutout, but solid steel and wood, built for hundreds of launchings.
Send for several today, because these Gyrockets make perfect Christmas presents to give your friends at school and in your crowd.
But notice, this offer is back on the air for a limited time only. So for each Gyrocket you want, today send 15 cents and a box top from Kellogg's Pep to Superman. Box 124, New York 8, New York.
Don't forget, you can't buy this Gyrocket anywhere. The only way to get it is to send a box top from Kellogg's Pep, the Super Cereal, plus a dime and a nickel and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 124, New York 8, New York. This offer is limited to the United States.
And now, the adventures of Superman. On the eve of the mayoralty elections in Metropolis, Mike Hickey, boss of the vicious political machine which has ruled the city for years, realized that he and his henchmen were about to be swept out of power by a reform party, spearheaded by Editor Perry White and Clark Kent, who is really Superman. If this happened, Hickey knew, he would be tried for his crimes and sent to the penitentiary. In a desperate move to save his power and his freedom, the crafty Hickey abducted Jimmy Olsen, cub reporter on White's newspaper. While Superman searched for Hickey and Jimmy, the young reporter was bound and gagged in an abandoned riding stable. Attempting to free himself, Jimmy bumped against an unlocked door and rolled into the room where Hickey waited with his henchman, Pete. Enraged, The fat political boss leaped to his feet, overturning a portable radio which had been playing softly, and voiced a sudden change of plans. Listen.
You're a stupid little fool, Olson. Now you've seen me and identify me. That means I can't let you live.
I'll take care of him right now.
Wait,
Mr.
Pete.
Hickey.
Wait. Put that gun down.
Yeah, but Mr. Hickey, you said...
You want all the neighbors and the cops to come barging in?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a way to do it without making any noise.
Hold it, Pete. Hold it. I don't want to be around when you do this job. You see, I always make it a practice to be somewhere else when there's any rough stuff, so I can't be tied up with it. Throw the boy back in the other room and come back here. You can do away with him after I leave.
Yeah, but...
Do as I say and hurry up.
Okay.
What happened to the radio? It's not going.
Well, I must have turned off when you tipped it over.
How do you like that? Harry White must have been on the air while this thing was turned off. They're playing music. He's not on the air now. Bastard, we might have missed him. Pete!
Yeah?
Is this phone connected?
Yeah, I had it hooked up the other day like you said.
Good.
Why are you calling, Mr. Hickey?
The mayor. He'll know if White resigned yet, as we ordered him to.
Yeah, he ought to know, I guess.
Hello? That's you, Andy? Mike Hickey. Listen, my radio was off for a minute or two. Did White go on the air and withdraw his candidacy yet? Oh, he didn't, huh? He will. What? What's that? Superman's looking for me?
Superman?
He made Inspector Hatton put out a general alarm for me?
What?
Well, don't worry, Andy. Hatton and I understand each other.
Westfield News Group underwriting spot. Programming on 89.5 FM WSKB is made possible by the generosity of our underwriters, including the Westfield News Group, publishers of the Westfield News, Penny Saver, Longmeadow News, and Enfield Press, in print and online at thewestfieldnews.com.
You happy with that?
Playback. You know, that's...
Doesn't sound very exciting.
No, well, it's not. He's going to have to put music behind it or something.
Calliope music.
Programming on 89.5 FM WSKB is made possible by the generosity of our underwriters, including the Westfield News Group, publishers of the Westfield News, Penny Saver, Longmeadow News, and Enfield Press, in print and online at thewestfieldnews.com. Ready? Yep. Special promo number 1 for Berkshire Theater Group. I'm Arts Beat reporter Mark G. Auerbach. The Berkshire Theater Group celebrates its 90th anniversary season this year, and it's one of the oldest theaters in the nation. Go behind the scenes with the Westfield News Group president Patrick Berry and me for a 2-hour special with the actors, directors, and designers who created the plays and musicals that take place in the Berkshire. July 19th at 6 a.m., July 27th at 8 a.m., and August 10th at 8 a.m. here only on 89.5 FM WSKB. I'm Arts Beat reporter Mark G. Auerbach. The Berkshire Theater Group celebrates its 90th anniversary season this year, and it's one of the oldest theaters in the nation. Go behind the scenes with the Westfield News Group president Patrick Berry and me for a 2-hour special with the actors, directors, and designers who created the plays and musicals that take place in the Berkshire. July 19th at 6 a.m., July 27th at 8 a.m., and August 10th at 8 a.m. here only on 89.5 FM WSKB. One, I'm ready when you are.
Okay.
Special promo, the Capitol Steps. I'm Arts Beat reporter Mark G. Auerbach. The Capitol Steps have been making Republicans and Democrats laugh with their musical political satire since 1981. They're spending the summer at Cranwell in the Berkshires with their new Make America Grin Again tour. Join JPEG, Luca, and me for a 2-hour special with the funny folks in the Capitol Steps, July 20th and August 7th at 7 a.m., only on 89.5 FM WSKB. Special promo, the Capitol Steps. I'm Arts Beat reporter Mark G. Auerbach. The Capitol Steps have been making Republicans and Democrats laugh with their musical political satire since 1981. They're spending the summer at Cranwell in the Berkshires with their new Make America Grin Again tour. Join JPEG, Luca, and me for a 2-hour special with the funny folks in the Capitol Steps, July 20th and August 7th at 7 a.m., only on 89.5 FM WSKB.
Returns to the Daily Planet in his guise of Clark Kent and receives an amazing telephone call.
Hello?
Is this Mr. Kent?
Yes, who's calling?
My name is Buddy Davis.
Buddy Davis.
Yes, sir.
I'm calling to tell you that somebody in the old riding stable is sending out a Morse code message for you by flashlight.
A message for me?
Uh-huh. It's an SOS.
Great Scott, where is this place?
It's an old riding stable in the alley near our house, on West Oak and 22nd.
West Oak and 22nd. Thanks, buddy. I'll be in touch with you later.
Now make room for lots of excitement. Yes, Gyrocket excitement. Remember recently, Kellogg's Pep offered you a Gyrocket, a sensational rocket model that flies and zooms and streaks from your hand. Well, the response was terrific.
In fact, requests still poured in even after the closing date. So we've reopened this offer temporarily.
Right. And now thousands are grabbing this chance to get not just one, but several Gyrockets.
Yes, sir, a Gyrocket almost half a foot long. The rocket body is long, slim, and streamlined, shaped of gleaming wood, red or yellow or blue, and with a steel propeller that packs maximum power.
With your Gyrocket, you get a metal launching rod and a wooden rocket launcher.
You launch it right from your hand, a flick of your arm, and it streaks off high into the sky, up over the treetops.
Notice, this Gyrocket is not a flimsy cardboard cutout, but rugged steel and wood, built to take it for hundreds of launchings.
But this terrific offer is back in the air for a limited time only, so don't miss out. Send for your Gyrocket today, right now.
To get your Gyrocket, send 15 cents and a Kellogg's Pep box top to Superman, Box 124, New York 8, New York.
Remember, you can't buy this Gyrocket anywhere. The only way to get it is to send a box top from Kellogg's Pep, together with 15 cents, a dime and a nickel, and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 124, New York 8, New York. This offer is limited to the United States.
And now, the adventures of Superman. On the eve of Election Day, Mike Hickey, corrupt political boss of Metropolis, knew his machine would be defeated by a reform party headed by Editor Perry White, who, as candidate for mayor, had rallied the city's voters behind him. So, in a last-ditch move to save his and his skin, Hickey abducted cub reporter Jimmy Olsen, then had a henchman phone White and tell him Jimmy would be done away with unless the editor broadcast a statement withdrawing at once as candidate for mayor. As we continue now, on the second floor of the riding stable, Mike Hickey puffs at a cigar, a gloating smile lighting up his fat, heavy-jowled face. His companion is Pete Evans, a swarthy, powerfully built young man. On the dirty floor, a portable radio plays softly. Suddenly, Pete jumps out of his chair and hurries toward the room where Jimmy is being held.
Come on, Pete. Drop that, Olsen.
Let go of me.
What's the matter, Pete? What's he got there?
A flashlight.
Flashlight?
Yeah. Oh, there. Now, come on, you. Look at this, Mr. Hickey. A fountain pen flashlight. Olsen got his hands free and was flashing the light through that crack in the window board.
Why, you dirty little...
Don't you touch me,
hunter.
Mr. Hickey. I'm sure somebody saw my signal, and if you do anything to me, you'll get in trouble.
Hey, somebody might have seen it, Mr. Hickey.
Yeah. We gotta get out of here, Pete. Fast.
Sure, but how about Olsen?
We'll leave him here.
What? When he knows who we are and can talk?
He won't talk. Not the way we leave him.
I get it.
No, wait.
Shut
Listen.
up, you. Let him have it, Pete.
No, put that gun away.
So long.
Please, it's Superman.
Right, Jim. Now, my murdering friend.
Now, you don't go. Get him.
Try this for size.
Yippee, one down.
Now, Mr. Hickey, I've got you just where I want you.
No, let me go. You got nothing on me.
Nothing except a charge of abduction and attempted murder, and abduction is punishable by death in this
Now,
state.
wait a minute. Listen, I'll make a deal with you.
Get him.
No one makes deals with me, Hickey.
Stand
You've
by
got to...
for a very
Wait.
important announcement by Perry White.
Wait a minute.
Candidate for mayor on the Reform Party ticket.
He's gonna resign. You're too late, Superman.
He's right.
Oh, no. Up with you, Hickey. And your unconscious friend here.
No, let me go.
Now, you, Jim.
You're on the air, Mr. White.
Oh, gosh, hurry, Superman.
Hang on, Jim. Up and away!
And so, fellow citizens, for reasons beyond my control, I find it necessary to withdraw...
Hold it, Mr. White.
Hey, Chief.
Great Caesar, Superman! And Jim!
And look who we brought along.
Mike Hickey.
Now, listen, White. We can still get together. I've got a proposition...
Keep talking, Hickey. Let me get the microphone, please, Mr. White.
Why, sure.
This is Superman, ladies and gentlemen. And the voice you hear whining in the background is that of Mike Hickey, whom I just prevented from stealing tomorrow's election and murdering a young reporter named Jim Olsen. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, while I tell you the
With half the votes counted in today's elections, Perry White and his Reform Party running mates are leading the Hickey machine candidates by an overwhelming majority. Voters are going to the polls in the greatest turnout in metropolis history. And everywhere you hear the slogan, "Vote right with Perry White."
Extra paper! Perry White elected mayor. Reform Party wins in landslide election. Extra Perry
Congratulations, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Kent. Congratulations, Chief. Congratulations, Mr.
Thank
Mayor.
you, Lois and Jim. Thank you, one and all.
Any statement for the press, Mr. Mayor?
Why, yes. This
Hey, wait till I get my pencil.
victory of the Reform Party proves that the people of Metropolis and of every city, town, and village in America can have an honest government, free of crooked professional politicians, if they'll only take the trouble to see that honest men are nominated and elected at the polls.
You said it,
Say,
Mr. Mayor.
Say, what about Hickey? What'll happen to him?
He's in jail, Jim, awaiting trial.
Well, how about Bill Henderson, Chief? Mr. Mayor.
Well, my first official act as mayor will be to reinstate Henderson as police inspector, Lois.
That's wonderful.
Come on,
Chief.
gang, all together. For he's a jolly,
Jolly
good
good
fellow.
fellow.
For he's a jolly good fellow.
He's a jolly good fellow.
I'll take it,
He's a jolly
Chief.
good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. He's
Hello?
a jolly good fellow.
What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Hold it just a second, please. Hey, Lois, Jimmy,
Quiet,
everyone,
Jim.
please, wait a minute. Hold it. Thanks. Hello.
Hello. I would like, please, to speak to Mr. Clark Kent.
Well, this is Clark Kent speaking.
Good. Mr. Kent, my name is Klein.
Yes?
I own a little candy store on Mulberry Street. And the reason I am calling you, Mr. Kent, is because...
Hello? Hello?
Mr. Kent, he just came in my store.
What?
I need help.
Hello? Hello?
What is it?
Hello? Hello? Operator, trace that call if you can. I'll hold on.
Oh, hang up, Kent. Let him call you back.
No, someone's in trouble. I heard a muffled cry over the phone.
Who was calling?
A man named Klein says he owns a candy store.
Lizards. Pop Klein.
Do you know him, Jimmy?
Do I know him? Why, any kid who ever went to the Mulberry Street School knows Pop Klein. He's one of the swellest old guys you'd ever want to meet. Well, I remember one time...
Do you know where his candy store is?
Well, of course, it's a block from the school.
Lois, tell the operator never mind on that trace. Come on, Jim. We're going down there.
In the midst of celebrating Perry White's tremendous victory, a strange telephone call, suddenly cut off by a cry of pain, puts an end to the gaiety. Perry White doesn't know it, but that call marks the beginning of his first big job as mayor of Metropolis, fighting the most vicious human octopus ever to fasten its tentacles on innocent people. We'll learn all the exciting details in just a moment when we return for the tense climax of today's episode. So keep listening.
Say, can you take excitement? Because we're about to dish it out. Kellogg's Pep has reopened your Gyrocket offer because so many thousand requests poured in after the original offer closed. So for a limited time only, you can still get a Gyrocket, a terrific flying rocket model.
Yes, sir, a Gyrocket almost half a foot long that streaks from your hand, zooming into the sky up over the treetops.
Your Gyrocket has a slender wooden body in brilliant red or yellow or blue. It's streamlined and sleek.
And a steel propeller at the stern loads the Gyrocket with amazing thrust.
Yet launching's a cinch, because with your Gyrocket, you get a metal launching rod and a wooden rocket launcher.
You hold the launching rod in your hand, flick your arm, and your Gyrocket streaks up high into the sky.
And say, why not pass the thrills around your crowd? Get several Gyrockets, then give them to your friends for Christmas presents.
Correct. Solve your shopping problems right now. Just decide how many Gyrockets you need.
Now, listen carefully. For each Gyrocket you order, today send 15 cents and a box top from Kellogg's Pep to Superman. Box 124, New York 8, New York. But you've got to act right now, This Gyrocket offer is back on the air for a limited time only. Remember, you can't buy this Gyrocket anywhere. The only way to get it is to send a Kellogg's Pep box top together with 15 cents, a dime and a nickel, plus your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 124, New York 8, New York. This offer is limited to the United States.
And now, back to the adventures of Superman. In the back room of a small candy store on Mulberry Street, an elderly gray-haired man with stooped, work-worn shoulders has been forced into a chair. A huge bull-necked ruffian with tiny, bloodshot eyes and thick, ugly lips looms over him.
I'm giving you one more chance, Klein. You gonna handle them punch boards?
I can't put out punch boards for children to throw away their nickels.
What do you mean you can't? The kids eat 'em up.
But it's like stealing. Nobody ever wins.
So what? They keep trying, don't they? And every nickel comes in, you and us split. There's 1,000 chances on each of them boards. That's $25 apiece.
What do the children get for their nickels? Does even one child ever win anything?
Are you nuts? None of them punch boards are on the level. They're all fixed.
That's why I don't want them in my store. Better those nickels should buy butter and milk and eggs.
Ah, what's it to you how they spend their dough?
To me, it's a lot. This is a poor neighborhood. Prices for food are high enough. Children shouldn't be throwing away nickels on gambling. And such gambling, nobody wins.
Okay, wise guy. Get up on your feet.
No.
Come on, out.
Please. I'm an old man.
You ain't so old you can't be taught a lesson. And the boys don't call me Muscles for nothing. You gonna put them punch boards in?
No. No, I can't. I can't do it.
Maybe you'll change your mind after...
Crumpling under the savage blows of the punchboard racketeer, old Pop Klein drops to the floor, unable to protect himself against the sudden, vicious attack. Clark Kent and Jimmy Olsen are on their way to the candy store. But the question now is, will they get there in time to save the poor old man from a horrible beating? Be sure to listen tomorrow for Chapter 1 of the most exciting racket-busting story you have ever heard on The Adventures of Superman.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, The Adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC Comics magazine and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Super Cereal. This program came from New York. Stay tuned now for Captain Midnight, which follows in a moment. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Friday mornings is something different on 89.5 FM. It's JP's Talk About Town.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
They say the neon lights are bright on Broadway. head.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's my favorite version of that by far.
The live version?
Oh, yeah. Because it just captures that smoky nightclub feel. And, you're in a wonderful club in New York. So
I figured it was appropriate for who's coming on. So
we have Mark Auerbach, Mark G. Auerbach, here on the air with us this morning. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Peter. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Well, before we roll to Mark to talk about what he's doing in the 8 o'clock hour, we wrapped up a 25-part series of Superman that was called The Ruler of Darkness. That
it accompanied almost the entire month of November.
Of 1947,
yes.
As a matter of fact. So kids ran home from school every afternoon for that. It
was actually a good series. I listened to all of them.
Yeah, that was fun. So that was our Ruler of Darkness, and we're going to wind things back. There's a lot going on right here in Greater Westfield over the next month. Of course, fireworks tomorrow. I'm going to be at the Hampden Ponds Plaza on Tuesday evening. We have our car show up there, so stop by. It's wonderful rides up there. If you're a fan of classic cars, come on up. They're doing that every Tuesday throughout the whole summer. I'm covering for Bruce Marshall of WARE Radio, the Valley's Classic Hits 97.7. So, stop by. That'll be kind of fun. So, Mark, what are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm having a great summer covering theater. Today on Artsbeat Radio in the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to have Kristen Van Ginhoven, who is the co-founder of Wham Theater in the Berkshires, which is a wonderful theater and very unique in the fact that it was founded by and it supports women and children, women playwrights, women designers, women directors, plays about women, and part of the proceeds of their box office every production that they do goes to support nonprofits in the area that provide direct services for women and children.
That's wonderful.
A unique thing, Kristen has made a mark nationally for the work that she does, and she is directing the Pulitzer Prize-winning play Disgraced, which is next at Chester Theater. A fascinating...
just up the road.
Just up the road on Route 20. So I always love the opportunity to chat with Kristen. She's going to be with us for the full hour.
Excellent. Now, look forward to that.
And then you and I and Peter, the three of us, are actually going up to Cranwell in Lenox very soon. We're going to live tape a 2-hour special with the Capitol Steps, which will be aired here only on 89.5 FM WSKB.
Looking forward to that.
Later in the summer. Patrick Berry and I are headed up to Berkshire Theater Group with Peter, and we're going to do a 2-hour special there. It's their 90th anniversary season.
That's incredible.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah, and I appreciate you. I truly appreciate everything you're doing to help us to reach out into the greater Western Massachusetts area. Things we would never otherwise be able to check out.
Well, we're very lucky to have a community radio station like this that gives us, you, me, and some of the other hosts, an opportunity to really explore what makes our part of the world unique and special.
Yeah, absolutely. The Capitol Steps, I had the opportunity to see that show in Northampton. It was hilarious.
Well, I've got to tell you that the show has changed radically in the 8 weeks since they've been in Northampton.
Really?
Yeah, because so many things have gone on politically.
Well, and they write right on the fly, right?
They write on the fly. I haven't seen the show in a couple of weeks, but their new CD, which is called Make America Grin Again, came out this week. It is getting rave reviews from people that are listening, and if you go to their Facebook page and you see people chuckling about various snippets from it, and even some of that stuff is old hat now because, things are really, the White House and the government are doing...
Yeah, this news cycle moves real fast.
It does, and if you think it moves fast in a 24-hour day, these guys are writing new material to match it and faxing it and emailing it along to the 5 touring companies of the Capitol Steps. One of them, which opens tonight in the Berkshires, will be here through Labor Day. So they're up at Cranwell. They perform every day but Tuesday at 8 o'clock.
So if you see the show at the beginning of the run up there, it might be very different in a couple of months.
It could be a completely different show by Labor Day weekend, depending on what goes on in our happy nation.
And for the record, doesn't matter whether you lean right or left. They're pretty balanced. That's what I realized in the show I saw.
They are pretty balanced. And the thing is, right now, because Trump is the president and he's assembled a collective of, we could say, unique personalities
around
we'll go with
him.
That,
yeah.
So obviously, because he's in the limelight, a lot of the Trump people are being mocked and sung about and danced about. But during the 8 years that Obama was in office, it was the other way around.
Yeah, there was a target too.
They do bring back some of their hits of yesteryear, so it's possible that during the course of a 90-minute show, you could get a little bit of George W. Bush or Ronald Reagan or Gerald Ford or some of the people along the way.
And it's all relevant. It is just fun. Later on this month, of course, we're going to be hearing those taped things on the air here, and that'll be great. But live music, live entertainment around Greater Westfield, get out and see as much as you can. There is some great stuff coming up. We have, of course, our concert on the Green coming up. Kicks Country will be partnering with us on July 19th. That's a Thursday evening, and right on the Green, we're going to put a whole bunch of people, fill it with music, country music. Chris Campbell will be the headliner. He's a bigger name than I thought. I'm admittedly not a big country fan, but as I'm getting feedback from people going, really, how'd you get this guy? Well, thanks to iHeartRadio and Kicks, we're able to bring them over to the Green here in Westfield. Of course, all produced by Westfield on weekends. Then on Saturday the 21st, I'll be at Look Park, where we turn that place into the Highlands of Scotland. And we'll have our Scottish Festival up there every year. This is our 25th anniversary of the Glasgowlands Scottish Festival.
And that started either in Blandford or Stanley Park?
It did start in Blandford. It started in Blandford, and it was actually to benefit the White Church up there. They were trying to rehab the building. And it was so successful, not only financially that first year, but they go, this is great, let's do the Scottish Festival again. And it actually outgrew the venue that they had in Blandford. They brought it to Stanley Park for a few years. It outgrew that, and now we literally take over Look Park. And we've been up there, I think, 10, 12 years. So it's been a good run.
And that's sort of unique to New England. You don't see a lot of these festivals like that in other places. That's the great thing about being where we are in the 413. I mean, you can drive for 20 minutes and you can be somewhere kind of unique, like Chester Theater, a small internationally known theater company in the Chester Town Hall.
Who knew?
Who knew? On Route 20. And I had never been to Chester until I went to see some shows there, and it's one of these little hamlet towns you can walk around in like 10 minutes, surrounded by river on one side and the train tracks on the other, and who knew it was in our neighborhood.
And there's a wonderful little train museum up there too.
Yeah, and then there's the North Hall in Huntington that does an art series during the summer, or the 7 Art series, which is having its 50th anniversary, and they're in Worthington. About half an hour, 40 minutes away, down back roads.
And it's fun. You want to go on a weekend drive, just head out Route 20 and turn off the main road. And get lost. Turn off your GPS, see where it takes you. And, go back years ago when I used to work the Berkshires, I would always take a different way home. And discovered so many cool things up in the hill towns. It was just so much fun.
Well, I was lucky because my parents and my family had a summer place in East Otis on Benton Pond. And my parents we'd go to Great Barrington one day, or we'd go to Lee one day, or the back roads. There were little places that I remember from my childhood that are still around, like Mrs. Hall's General Store in East Otis.
Hall's General,
yeah, it's still there. And when I go into Lee on my way up to Pittsfield or Lenox to cover a show, something, Lee is this fascinating small town in the middle of nowhere, but the Starving Artist Cafe is my place to go there because it's got great cappuccinos.
But it's the little country store that I love.
Yeah.
And whether it's that one or any place. And now I'm working a lot up in northern Vermont. And again, I'll come off the interstates. I'll take Route 100 and then some Route 4 coming down. Find some back road, and the little country store that's the buzz for the local area. That's where everything happens. It's like Floyd's Barber Shop, in the old Mayberry. You want the news? That's where you go. You find out everything that's going on.
Another thing that people may not have had the chance to do that's not expensive, the Connecticut line just opened, or the Hartford line they call it, which is the enhanced train service from Springfield to New Haven.
Yes.
And it's not particularly expensive, and the trains go fast.
Just to go for the train ride, go to New Haven, come back. It's a great day.
New Haven is a great restaurant town, and to zap down to New Haven, it takes about an hour from Springfield, and the parking at the new Union Station garage is not that expensive. Or you can get on the train in Windsor Locks and not pay for parking at all, and go down to New Haven, grab lunch, walk around the Yale campus, turn around and come back on the train. It's a lot of fun.
It is. Yeah, well, I'm a fan of trains anyway, but that's going to make the run to New York City a whole lot nicer.
I did it a couple of weeks ago. They had the press day where the press could take a look of the train, and it was free to the public the first weekend that it ran. And I commute to New York a lot for work, and I take the Amtrak from Springfield, and it takes about 3 hours and 25 minutes generally. But they rebuilt the tracks from Hartford to New Haven, and that train was just whipping along, the new train, and I'm sure it hit close to 100 miles an hour. And they built new train stations in Meriden and Berlin, Connecticut, and Wallingford, Connecticut, and they are working on the track between Hartford and Springfield. And when this is all said and done, the trains will be running almost hourly. And we got to New Haven in just maybe an hour and 5 minutes.
That's nice.
That's pretty good. It's cheap.
Yeah.
Usually that's almost quicker than driving during any of the rush hours.
During morning rush hour, it's much faster.
Yeah.
And then you can go across the platform in New Haven from the Connecticut Hartford line to Metro North and go into Grand Central, or you can get on the Amtrak and go to Penn.
Yeah, so that's going to be. I love that the high-end rail service. It's getting better. It's getting regular. People are becoming more comfortable with it. I think they're studying an east-west line going Albany to Boston. I'd like to see that in some years. It would be
there
nice.
kind of is one right now. I mean, the one of the Lakeshore Express leaves out of Springfield.
You can't call it an express though. It's a fabulous ride from Pittsfield to Springfield or Springfield to Boston.
Yeah.
As long as you got all the time in the world,
yeah.
Because it crawls. The train is generally late, but I've got to say I took it once out of curiosity from Springfield to Pittsfield. Now it left 4 hours late, but I knew that because I was tracking it, on my phone. But the ride up the Westfield River and through Westfield,
beautiful.
And Chester and all that is absolutely beautiful.
But today's society has to move fast, and unless it's a fast train, unless it's on time, unless it's reliable, it's not going to gain popularity, I don't think.
I don't know. I took the Vermonter, which is an Amtrak train, to Burlington, Vermont a couple of years ago because a friend had a conference there. And the train ride was very slow. It took about 5 hours from Springfield.
It's 4 hours in a car.
Yeah.
Most of the track's been upgraded along the Connecticut
And what
River.
I found was absolutely incredible is the train hugs the Connecticut River.
That's pretty.
And from Brattleboro to White River Junction is absolutely gorgeous. Then it hugs another river that goes through Montpelier and Barry up to Burlington, or the train actually goes to Essex Junction. And I went in the end of July, and it was absolutely one of the most beautiful things. Of course, they had no Wi-Fi, so you had to take a book. You know, those things that you opened and you turn the pages. But it did have a cafe car, and, you know, I just curled up in a seat with a cup of coffee and a book and watched the world go by, and it was so relaxing.
It is very relaxing.
To escape, well, that's the other thing. To escape from your day-to-day, I got to get stuff done. I got to get work. Just to escape. When my wife brought me on a cruise up to Alaska, the fact that I couldn't use my phone turned out to be a blessing. You know, although it was nerve-wracking the first couple days, and then I just okay, fine. You know, we're off the grid for a little while.
We need a break, Jay.
There's something wonderful about being off the grid. I love it. When I go to cover show in the Berkshires, I usually go with one friend, and one of us drives, and our phones get turned off, and we talk, and we look at the scenery. And I've been to the Berkshires probably 10 times in the last 3 weeks, and I seem to notice how the light hits the trees differently at the time of the day that you're driving up the Pike or Route 20 or whatever. And it's so good to be unplugged for that hour.
It is, yeah. This is Jay Pagluca. We're having a great time talking with Mark G. Auerbach, and along with Pete Coles, making us sound as good as I can. Well, we won't go there. This is JP's Talk About Town, and we're glad you joined us for the morning. We'll be back right after this.
You Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Commercial Distributing Company of Westfield. Now in its third generation of family ownership, Commercial is one of the premier beverage distributors of Western Massachusetts. The Plasek family and the staff of Commercial Distributing wishes you good times throughout the year and urges you to drink responsibly.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore in the Ely Campus Center, offering Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise, all of your academic needs, and offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Available at the bookstore on campus or online at westfieldstate.bncollege.com.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Friday mornings is something different on 89.5 FM. It's JP's Talk About Town.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
And this is JPEG Luca with JP's Talk About Town. Well, we've made it through another week almost. We have one more warm day today, and we stay in, make sure the air conditioner's tuned up. Put the fan on. I'm going to get some work done outside.
That's what I did.
First thing this morning.
Trying to see if I can cool the whole house on one air conditioner.
Yeah, and my lawn is turning green again, so that's a good thing.
Won't last for
long.
It'll
be brown by the end of the week. Yeah, I know.
It'll be brown by Sunday.
Yeah, probably. So get out, check out our fireworks here in Greater Westfield. It'll be over behind the South Middle School, the Amelia Park Complex. That's happening tomorrow evening. The Knightsman Band will be on stage starting at about 6:30. Fireworks 9:15, 9:30,
something like that. Kenny and I are going to be out at Pintastic, New England tomorrow morning.
Ah, that's right.
We're going to be shooting a show for public access.
Talk about the ultimate pinball experience.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
I look forward to seeing that. You're going to air that on Channel 15.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing that. And then on Tuesday, I will be at Hamden Ponds Plaza at the car show up there. So stop by and say hi if you like classic cars. Oh, heck, even if you just want to get out for a nice night out, stop by Hamden Ponds Plaza. There'll be a lot of cool cars out there. And then coming up a little bit later this month, we have our Concert on the Green, Kicks Country with Chris Campbell. And then that's on the 19th, and that's Thursday the 19th. And then the following Saturday, the 21st, the Scottish Festival up at Look Park. That'll be a lot of fun. You'll find me running around. I've got to find myself.
I'm going to miss it again. I'm kind of bummed.
Yeah, I got to find my.
We have the air show July 14th and 15th too.
Oh, forgot about that. I'm
broadcasting
sorry.
live on the 13th after Mark Auerbach's show. We're going to do an hour from the kickoff breakfast, the Galaxy Breakfast, and then we're broadcasting all weekend.
That's in Chicopee. That's this year.
At Westover Air Reserve Base.
Yeah, so that'll be thanks to Pete for putting that whole thing together. It's, again, a great thing with community radio here, and it's one of the reasons this has been such a unique, I want to say experiment. There's not a lot of people
We're far
that do
past
this.
experimental stage.
Yeah, it was a successful experiment. So we're glad you all came out here. So you're flashing the two at me that
your music's already running.
I know.
You're less than 2 minutes before it runs out.
Okay.
And then Mark gets mad because you're intruding on his time.
I thought you were just saying peace. Mark Auerbach is just around the corner. And Mark, who are you talking to?
Kristen Van Ginhoven from Wham Theater.
And that'll be coming up just around the other side of the hour. Folks, get out and see some live music this weekend. Enjoy the week. This is JPEG Luca. Take care now. Bye-bye.